Hey everybody, this is Just Create. I'm trying out something a little bit new. I'm not used to doing live streams, but this is a little bit of an experiment tonight. So, got some different levels that I've created in Halo 3 ODST. If you've played this game and you've enjoyed it, then you know what I'm talking about. But it has a game mode called Forge where you can edit levels, add your own spice to it if you like, and just kind of get creative. And so part of tonight I'm just going to actually live stream sharing some of these levels. I've done some videos in the past where I've just recorded it and then kind of produced it, but I want it to be a little bit more on screen with this one, so trying out something new. So the one we'll look at for this video, there's a level on ODST called Rat's Nest, and I made a new version called Rats. Played the game, I'll kind of trust that those are the people who are going to be watching this type of video, other than just friends and family. But I'll get into my recreated version. So, if you've seen some of the videos I've done in the past, then you kind of understand there are a few things that I like using. There are a few tools, if you will, that I enjoy using with the game when I'm reconstructing levels. One of them is this type of force field thing, where obviously if you shoot at it, you can't shoot through it. But even if you're on a vehicle, like I said, probably most of you have played this game, so can't drive through vehicles. But I like setting up those kinds of things on this level. I've set up different vehicles and weapon placements. And another thing that I really like to use are these teleporter nodes. And some of these, like this one, actually you can walk through it and it'll send it to you somewhere random on the map. But I don't want to do that right now just because I'm trying to describe different things I've set up. Go into my horde editing mode. But the way this level is set up originally, it does not have, I'm trying to do like a wider view, does not have all these big moving containers stacked up and placed like I have them here. And I just died. Like I said, this stream is kind of an experiment, and yeah, so there you have it. Alright, so this is take two. Here we go. Back outside. All these moving containers, teleporter nodes. Gonna fly all the way up to the top. Not get killed this time. And just different options, for gameplay. Weapon placements. The real point of this level, because I have 3 brothers and some friends who used to love to play Halo, and when I was working through ideas for the Forge, part of it was just fun, just enjoyable. But part of it also was, okay, we play this game all the time. How can I make these levels something that we can play over and over and over again and not get tired of? So I added different things, like the weapons that I've been showing. I added this tank, which this is just so much fun in and of itself because it's such a tight space anyways in this like corridor. But if you get in a tank, you can get in one with a teammate, say it's 2 versus 2, and y'all can just ride around the level. And the tank is actually pretty difficult to destroy unless you get really up close. But it's just another way to have fun on this map. And like I said, I'm assuming that people are watching this, not only who are just friends and family, but people who actually enjoy Halo, have played it before. But just imagine playing the game mode of zombies on this level, and you have people getting in tanks or going through the teleporter nodes and ending up at random places. Like, for example, this sniper nest that I created, where you have both types of sniper rifles. But any person who has just enjoyed the game of Halo, you can see the potential for a level like this. It's like a soccer ball. Do we need one? Not really, but why not? Go all the way up to the top again. There's another soccer ball, another energy sword, and the laser, if someone was in a tank, take a couple shots at it. Just lots of fun. I mean, I'm on a live stream right now, and I'm kind of losing my focus just because I'm running around on these walls. You know? I think it kind of shows you their capacity to be captivating. I don't know if that's the right word for Halo, but... good old landmine in case a tank comes around. But, you know, you get the gist of it. More shields. A close combat fight. Trusty shotgun. So this is The Rats. I think I'll show one more and then I'll end the live stream. I actually have many more that I haven't shown yet, but let's see. So there's this level on Halo called the Sandbox, and I don't really like the original version. It's not one of my favorites to play with people, so I kind of made a different version, and I called it Not for Kids. I'll show that to y'all real quick. And like I said, this is kind of new for me, so if you're watching this and you enjoy this type of content, let me know. I have more levels to share. I also plan to do potentially some just fighting videos, like playing the game of Halo with my brothers and my friends. Also, I'm a big fan of like Star Wars Battlefront, so I might actually just, it's been a while since I played through that, so I might do that again. I might even do a live stream of it. I don't know. Let me know if you're interested in that kind of stuff. But I created kind of this, once again I'll float up so you can see the bigger picture, kind of a battlefield version of this level. I removed a lot of the structures that were there and just replaced them with warthogs and mongooses and just the different machines and tanks that you can use to fight each other. Put some on each side. Once again, used teleporter nodes to kind of create an interesting dynamic where all of these ones that don't have that top part on it, they're just this with the radiating light coming out. These are all receiver nodes, so you can't walk through them and go somewhere. You have to walk through a specific teleporter node to end up here. But they're all randomized, so you don't know where you're going to go out. But like I said, my brothers and I and our friend, in particular, I'm thinking of one of our friends named Robbie, we played these levels so much. And one thing that we loved to do was have someone sit in this laser, using this laser, and if anybody just popped up, spawned anywhere, it's a one-hit KO. So be very annoying to them, but very fun to the person who's in the laser cannon. And one thing I did want to show y'all, because if you haven't been working in the Forge, moving things around on the levels, you might not even know that there's actually a space beneath the space, if you will. It's been a while since I actually edited this level. I think there was some type of square, like rock formation here in the center of the level. But when I got into edit mode in the Forge, I was able to remove that, and lo and behold, I'll show you guys, there is a cavern underneath this level. You can see how big of a space it is. The weapons and stuff I added, but just drop to the ground. You can see how big this space is. I kind of am curious as to why the developers of the game, and I mean maybe there is a Halo version, like a Halo game, that they use this lower area in, but I don't know about it. Just curious why they had this big amount of space down here and they didn't end up using it, or at least I don't remember them using it. But, you know, it's another opportunity when you have a bunch of friends that you're playing with. Once again, imagining what's up above, you have two sides versing each other, and people can just run and try and get down into this cavernous area. I put a bunch of extra tools here. Oops. Get back up. Power ups, more mines, and weapons that can be thrown around. Probably overdid it a little bit, but you know, when you're playing with like 5 people, you just keep running around looking for power ups and weapons. You just imagine you're just camping out down here, waiting for people to show up. You got this gun placement. It's not my favorite gun placement, but you have unlimited ammo. So, which be really annoying with it. Equip yourself with another energy sword. Get a rocket launcher. Or say that some of the opponents have weapons or tanks and stuff like that up above. You can equip yourself with rocket launchers, lasers, the heat-seeking missile launcher over there, and then go through this teleporter node and show up randomly at one of the spawn or receiver node points. But y'all can see the example of it. And once again, just lots of fun. Lots of running around. The multiplayer, like, I enjoyed the, what's it called? The story mode of Halo. But the primary enjoyment of it, the primary fun times that I've had, have always been playing games with my brothers and my friends. So, and I told you this was going to be the last thing I showed you, but I'm changing my mind. I do want to show you just one more thing. It's this same level, but another version of it. One that I'm not like super proud of, but it kind of shows you your capacity in the Forge to make things really different. So that one was called Not for Kids. It was based more around a team battle kind of dynamic and using the cavern down below. This one's called The Climb, and if I remember correctly, it'll be for obvious reasons. But like I said, this one is not, I'm not like super proud of this one, and it's not really that fun, to be honest, when we play multiplayer on it. But it's a good example, like I said, of how creative you can get. The different things that you can do using the Forge. I called it The Climb, and like I said, I think this is kind of obvious why. Find different ways to get up to the top of the level. Almost makes me feel like it's some type of like Mario level with all the upward trajectory. That you can get all the way up onto the top, and it's I mean, it's cool to get up to the top. You have some of these weapons, but like I said, it's not a very satisfying level. It's like you have all these structures in your way, and most of the time your opponents are not going to stay out in the open to where you can actually utilize this high ground. And there's another dynamic with this level, why it's called high ground, where I use the cavern. And I do something down there, which I think, if I remember, it's been a while since we played this, but I think that my friends and I would primarily stay down here. We wouldn't even deal with what's upstairs. It's like, why do you need a mongoose lighting up this kind of path? You don't, but why not? I like to play around with these. Cannons, air cannons. It's like part of the multiplayer becomes just, let me see if I can actually get to the top without getting killed or without falling. Ooh. No. Wish that would happen a lot, actually. But you have your option of teleportation somewhere else, or continuing up the path. Once again, kind of, at least for me, Mario vibes. Let's see. I'm trying to remember. Sometimes I would try to set up like secret weapons. Then another teleporter node. This might be as high as this one goes. Let's see. Yeah. And there's one of those weapons. But really focusing on that theme of climbing, you know, on both sides. The lower territory and the upper territory. Let me see if I can do this. Okay. Just went through the teleporter. Ooh my! But yeah, there you go. What has been, are there games that you have used some type of forging capacity on to recreate levels? If you've played Halo before, have you used the Forge? And is there a level in particular that you were like, man, I really enjoyed that Forge I created. My friends and I played it a lot and really loved it. And what do you think of the different levels that I've shown? Would you play these? Do you think they'd be fun? And then lastly, do you like this content in general? Because I'm going to try and be experimenting more with some live streams and video game kind of stuff. So, all right, that's it. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you think.